Now you may go to the dealership and they may make it seem like they want you to lease a Lexus RX 350, but more than likely you're gonna notice that the most beneficial terms are on purchase terms for the Lexus RX 350. And what I wanna do for you in this video is break down exactly what I mean when I say Lexus wants you to buy it and not lease it. What is happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting. And in the description below, you're gonna find various resources so that you can shop around for the very best deal on a Lexus RX 350. You'll also be able to check out insurance rates, get your auto credit scores, as well as shop around for an auto loan. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because this whole channel is gonna teach you everything you're gonna need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Very, very excited. I always get excited to talk about the Lexus RX because it's definitely an affordable luxury car that's not gonna really kick you when you're down or punch you in the face after the warranty period runs up. Let's talk about exactly what this Lexus RX is gonna cost you. Now, just diving into the inventory a little bit in between regular gas models and hybrid models, what we're seeing in the United States is 760 hybrid RX 450Hs and 6,135 gas models. This is a combination between the F Sports, the RX 350Ls, the RX 350 bases. If we were to just split this up, so we're just talking about the regular gas models, what we've got on the ground for regular RX models, gas models, if you will. We've got 2,625 front-wheel drive and 3,510 all-wheel drive. So pretty much very, very close to an even split. In other states, front-wheel drive is the preferred way to get an RX because there's no snow. Chances are if you're in California, Florida, Arizona, you're probably driving a front-wheel drive Lexus RX. Now, as far as trim by trim, what we're seeing is 2,285 regular RX 350s, 530 extended RX 350Ls, and 695 F Sports. You're gonna get the very best deal on a regular RX 350. You're not gonna get it on the F Sport. However, you can try. What I wanna do for you though is use an RX 350 base all-wheel drive for the sake of tonight's negotiation guide. Mine has an MSRP of $54,975. You're gonna notice that Lexus typically shows a markup of about 6.5%, and because we're dealing with what we're dealing with right now in the United States, I wanna use 6.5% as my baseline target discount. However, I do want to tell you, you can go after more. Chances are, if you're in an aggressive state, you can see 9% off of MSRP. However, it's a little bit difficult at the time being. I want to use 6.5%, and that leads me to a target of $51,475 before deciding whether or not we're going to be taking this rebate in the amount of $2,500 coming from Lexus. That's for everybody, whether or not you decide to pay in cash or decide to bring in your own outside financing. However, that's not combinable. You can't stack this with the promotional APR of 0%. And let's say you're paying in cash, that's great. You can just take the $2,500, boom, you just saved yourself a whole ton of money on the Lexus RX 350. Congratulations, you left with a final selling price of $48,975. However, if you're planning on financing and you said, yeah, I don't really need the promotional APR of 0%, I have my own Bank of America rate at say like 2.22%, congratulations, you are paying more by taking the $2,500 rebate than had you just taken the 0% promotional APR, because the 0% promotional APR, if financing at $51,475, would have led you to a payment of $866 a month at 60 months if you just put your taxes and fees up front, as opposed to say like an $870 payment, same terms, had you taken a 2% interest rate at Bank of America's rate or whatever and financed the $48,975. Crazy, I know. Now, if you're planning on leasing, here's where things get a little bit confusing, because Lexus is going to make it seem like they want you to lease by waiving some remaining lease payments, by giving you $1,500 in extra loyalty incentives as well as making your first lease payment. What does that all translate to? Well, let me get to it. Going after the same $51,475, in essence, going after that 6.5% discount. Our rebate in Massachusetts, in my region, is $1,500. It could change from region to region. I say this all the time because it's very, very much true, as well as the rebate amounts for purchases, promotional APRs, etc. I've got my course in the description below that you'll be able to scrape all this information from month to month, from region to region. Now, you're leasing at 36 months at 10,000 miles a year. The residual goes to 56%. And the money factor, very, very low, not insanely low, at 0.0003. Now, plugging this all into the lease calculator, and assuming that we're giving just our inception fees due at start, so your first payment, which it's being waived, so we can capitalize that, your acquisition fee, doc fee, registration, all that stuff due up front, roughly about $1,879. We'd be talking about disappointing. We'd be talking about severe disappointment. That's what we'd be talking about. $596 a month, excuse my dirty screen, Jesus. That's including sales tax, you guys. That's at 6.5%. That does not include the $1,500 in loyalty incentives. It does include the first payment waiver, and it's just sheer disappointment. I was expecting Lexus to give us a payment. Well, it's Passover tomorrow. Happy Passover to anybody that celebrates Passover. Very, very disappointing because I was really hoping to see this payment land somewhere in the low fives, high fours. Anyway, now as far as maintenance and repairs, this is where it doesn't get disappointing at all. As far as maintenance in the United States, we're seeing about $550 for maintenance per year after the warranty period runs up, and $450 per year for repairs after the warranty period runs up. The Lexus RX 350 shines in this department. As far as average insurance costs, you guys, also not doing too bad here. We're dealing with $1,360 in Arizona, $1,870 in California, $2,050 in Florida, $1,220 Illinois, $1,310 Massachusetts, $2,850 Michigan, $1,730 New York, $945 North Carolina, $1,560 Pennsylvania, $1,975 Texas, $980 in Virginia. I want to encourage you guys to use the links in the description below so that you can shop around for the very best Lexus RX deal. You'll also be able to shop around for insurance rates, get your auto credit scores, as well as shop for an auto loan. And if you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.